Well, we should be live, boys. 5 minutes till the show starts. We'll see what will happen. I'm expecting big things, maybe too big. We'll see. It's just speculation. We'll see. We'll know in a few minutes, in a few hours, what will happen to Hell Let Loose. What is the announcement they have on their hands? I hope you guys are excited for that. So that will be interesting, definitely. That will definitely be interesting. Perfect. I mean, I think there's like 20%, the 20% chance that they announce I'll Let Loose too, so that means very little, 20-15%. But if they do, I'm the first one to use that I'll Let Loose 2 hashtag in the chat. Just crazy. Yes, sir. We are here. Ready for what is coming up. Potentially big news, guys. Oh yeah. Hold up, guys. Let me quickly put a link to this live. YouTube. I'm just gonna link the live here. So copy and send it into the Discord. Let's go. We are set up. So everyone knows in the Discord. One minute. I don't know how many, if it's gonna be half an hour, 1 hour. We'll potentially see other games, of course. I don't think Hell Let Loose will be first. So we'll need some patience, but we'll get to know the gaming war better after this live, that's for sure. That's definitely gonna be interesting. Thank you for everyone that is here. Make sure to leave a like if you want these types of lives, different lives than most times, but I think it's definitely gonna be fun. So I should put a poll up. Thinks Hell Let Loose 2 is coming out tonight. The news. Okay, there's a transition. I appreciate that. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Okay. Let's go, boys.
Please welcome your hosts, David Hayter
and Maggie Robertson.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Future Game Show at Gamescom. I'm David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake and Big Boss in the Metal Gear Solid series.
And I'm Maggie Robertson, though you may know me best as Orin, I Can Fix Her the Red from Baldur's Gate 3, or the internet's favorite tall vampire lady, Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village.
I think it's
Nice.
Lady Dimitrescu.
No. But
Ooh.
today's Bloodsport is video game trailers. We've got a packed itinerary full of world premieres, developer deep dives, demo drops, and so much more.
Well, you got
Ooh,
that.
I'm hyped.
Just keep in mind that if anything catches your eye, you'll be able to find and wishlist it on the dedicated Future Game Show Steam page.
And once the show's over, there will be plenty of follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com, so keep an eye out for that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I think that's all the bases covered. Shall we dive into our opening trailer?
Yes.
Let's do it. It's time for our very first world premiere.
World premiere.
Peggy 16.
Hell, let loose too. No, I'm just kidding. Looks intense. It's Vietnam. Oh, that's a Hell Let Loose cry, I think. I think it's one of the... I've heard this in Hell Let Loose. The soldier crying like that. Ah. Interesting. Okay. What? What?
Surprise! Hell Let Loose Vietnam
Leash.
is a brand new tactical shooter from the team behind, well, Hell Let Loose. It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2026.
What?
We are starting as we mean to go on. And, oh, David, I was
realized joking,
still
but...
here after the intro. That's always a good sign, right?
I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
You want to stay?
I am very stealthy, but
Okay.
you should be able
Okay.
to find me throughout the show.
I was
I guess
joking,
now
but
I'm
that's
locked
real.
in, and you should be too, because there's more where that came from.
Specifically, we've got a closer look at Edge of Memories, a JRPG with intense real-time combat. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
What? It's basically Hell Let Loose 2, guys. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I knew. Well, you can run it back. I was joking with the Hell Let Loose 2, you know? But it looks like it's Hell Let Loose 2, basically. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Interesting.
We have seen the promise
Interesting.
of your departure, the future, and your defeat.
Well, I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. Me specifically. But I did recognize the Hell Let Loose cry. They've got the same MP3 file on the guy that dived. I did recognize that.
We are
Which-
the last warning of the gods.
Which is weird. Whoa. Coming 2026?
Edge of Memories is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2026. Add it to your wish list so you can stay up to date on the road to launch.
All right, let's check in with Den of Wolves, a cyberpunk shooter where you and your friends engage in a little industrial espionage.
I like the sound of that. Let's see it.
Okay, let me just check something real quick, guys. Well, it's basically Hell Let Loose 2, Hell Let Loose Vietnam, if you think about it. It's the same team. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming, but it's basically Hell Let Loose 2. Yeah.
Den of Wolves is bringing its techno thrills to PC soon, so stick it on your wish lists.
Yeah, right stick flicks at the ready, folks, because our friends at Full Circle are here to tell us more about Skate Full Stop, or Skate 4, I guess. I'm not so sure.
Let's just go with Skate.
Hi, I'm Darren, Senior Creative Director on Skate.
I'm Jeff Seamster. I'm the head of creative.
Well,
at
we
Full
started
Circle.
with Hell Let
Right now,
Loose
we're
News,
working on
basically.
Skate, which is the next evolution of the Skate franchise that's taking place in a large-scale multiplayer world. So all the things that you know and love about Skate will be happening alongside tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of other players.
We're excited to talk about today. I'm excited to talk about this game forever. I'm excited to talk about the systems of in the depth of the skateboarding gameplay forever.
Okay, why is it lagging? Let me put it back to HDA then.
World. So all the things that you know and love about Skate will be
Typically you would fall. Now
Yeah.
it's a system that you can use intentionally to wally off of a thing, get into another trick, or do a late trick. Like, I don't know how many tricks there are in the game. Like, it's almost infinite, right? Like, there's
Okay,
L
yeah,
flips,
they
you
just
can kick
posted
flip
it
forever,
right
you can hold
now.
the 360
Hell Let
flip to
Loose
do a
Vietnam
1040 flip if you have enough air.
reveal
We always had a
trailer.
pretty good connection to our community, but it was more in the game's out, you know, talk to you about what you're doing in the game that's been released. Whereas we had brought in a player council, and we talked to them about, like, hey, this is the idea, this is where we think we would like to go. But they were the first ones that got to play the game 2.5 years ago. That conversation is so much deeper and broader than it's ever been. There's a verticality that's different in the game now. It isn't just about footprint. In Skate 1, you couldn't get off your board. In Skate 2, you could walk around. Skate 3, the walking around got a little bit better. We are light years ahead of where we were in
Okay,
the
let's
previous
go.
games, and now you can climb, and now you can swing, and now you can combine
That
all
is
of
big,
these
guys.
systems
Didn't
together,
see
and the depth
this
of the skating
coming.
is better and bigger than it's ever been. I'll leave you with one last
Yeah,
thing
it's real.
anecdotally. I've
It's
had
real,
in
man.
the last 5 to 10 years,
Is
I can't
HLL
tell you how
Vietnam
many
real? Yes,
pros
sir, it
that are
is.
either just pros or established pros that have
It's
connected
come.
or tried to reach
They
out
just
to me to be
posted
like,
the
this game, this
reveal
franchise is
trailer
why I
on their
started skating.
channel,
You know, like
on
Tyshawn
Hell Let
Jones,
Loose
who's a
channel.
multiple skater of the year, started skating.
So definitely a game I will play. I just will say this. Personally,
Because of this game.
I'm
There
more
are
of a
4
World War
360
II
hard
than
flips
Vietnam
ever
fan.
in
That's
Burnaby
just
at our
that's
mocap
just me.
stage because we
But I
needed-
might
They didn't exist.
still
We are very
play
excited for people to see,
3,000
like,
or
the
2,500
continued
hours
visual and
on Hell Let
gameplay
Loose
and
Vietnam,
activity
'cause
development that is
if it's
happening,
this,
already
if it's
in
close to
our
Hell
franchise,
Let
which is
Loose
quite
in
a bit
terms of
more to come
gameplay,
later.
in
We're
terms of
really
like,
looking forward to skating alongside you
in terms of
Sandman
like,
coming up on
in terms of, you know, gameplay, just physics, gun physics, damage, map scale, etc. And player base, community. Yeah, we'll definitely play a lot of Hell Let Loose Vietnam. I'll just see what they say right now.
Skate is launching into early
and
access later
run
this
back
year, and
the
it's already looking pretty damn steezy.
and I'll run back the
Steezy.
trailer for Hell Let Loose.
That's just something the kids are saying these days. You know, back in my day, I remember Solid Snake flipping and popping his way around the big
They
shell.
started off with a bang then.
Good times.
Yeah. With all due respect, David, you sound like old Sam.
So
Damn.
I was realist. It's
And
basically
while
Hell
I
Let Loose
recover from
2.
that microwave
I mean, it's
hallway
not Hell
level
Let
burn,
Loose 2 because who knows? After Vietnam, they might, like in 7 or 6 years, they might do Hell Let Loose 2. But if there's a Hell Let Loose 2 right now, it's Hell Let Loose Vietnam, basically. Interesting.
Bianca, where have they taken you?
But yeah, that's why they took so much work to. That's why it take them like so much
Giving me
time
the courage to be myself.
to advance, you know, to do these maps and stuff. That's because they were doing behind the scenes, they were doing Hell Let Loose Vietnam. So let's run it back. Let's run back the trailer, guys. Look at this. And just now I said Hell Let Loose 2 as a joke if you run it back, which is crazy. I was like, okay, it's a random game, good game of Vietnam, intense. But I didn't think it was, let me just put it in 4K. Let's go! Yes, sir. So that's the trailer here. And then I realized with the noise the soldier made when he died. I said, oh, it's the same. Yeah, this one. I recognized it from Hell Let Loose. Oh yeah, oh my days. I am a genius though, I must say. I recognized the MP3 file. The same noise. It looks great. I mean, if the leaves move like that in the game actually when you go, oh my days, I'm gonna play this game. Looks so good, man. Perfect mix between modern war today and World War II. Yeah. I think that's the... So we should be able to see that thing on Steam right now. Let me pop up Steam quickly. Ooh, yeah. Soul Sniper already did the thing. Holy. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't wrong when I said Hell Let Loose 2. I wasn't too far off. I mean, I wasn't too far off, guys. Kaiser MTBV did not see that coming, I'm guessing. So let me check out Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Wait, it feels weird saying it. Oh, yeah, it's just right now on Steam. I mean, it's the same video. Yeah, it's the exact same video. Let me just check if it's better quality here. Oh yeah, definitely better quality. Look at that, guys. Look at this. I think that's all the Hell Let news we're gonna get, and it's plenty enough. Boy, oh boy, am I hyped though. Never been hyped this much hyped by a Vietnam game, because it's gonna be realistic, it's gonna be gritty, it's gonna be like Hell Let Loose, man. I am a World War II games fan, but because of the gameplay, because of what I see from this trailer, man, if it's captured just using like admin cam, if it's not like just, I don't know, 3D design, if it's captured using admin cam, oh my days, the movement of the soldiers, the movement of the leaves right there, that could be really, really interesting. Who knows what could come of this game. Different mechanics, definitely, that's gonna be there than the normal Hell Let Loose, because you're gonna have all these helicopters and stuff, I guess. it will be UE5 or 4. I'm assuming UE5. That's what I'm assuming. I'm gonna check out everything there is on Steam and show you guys. So that's the screenshots of the game. Okay, let me. I'm gonna add it to my wish list already. 2026. So there's no. It's 2026. So it might be in a few months, like it might be February, but I'm thinking late 2026. Step into the explosive fury of war with Let It Loose. Vietnam played a decisive role in one of the most iconic conflicts in history with expansive 50-50 versus 50 battle players where teamwork, tactics, and an arsenal of destructive weapons combine to shape the battlefield in your favor. Same studios, you see. So, let me check this. There's not yet the system requirements. I'm gonna read this whole thing and we'll see if it's UE5 or 4, I guess. Unleash hell in the jungle, enter the explosive conflict of the Vietnam War and fight your way through some of the fiercest clashes in modern history. Join the battle raging across an extreme landscape of vast mountain gorges and thick jungle where the North Vietnamese armies clash with the military strength of the US Armed Forces. Build tunnels. Oh, that's interesting, damn. Fly helicopters, drive patrol boats. Boats. Whew. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be way more parameters to compare to Hell Let Loose, because you don't have boats in Hell Let Loose or helicopters, or you can build tunnels. Use historically accurate weapons and work with your team to achieve victory. Definitely different, more complex probably. Take the battle to the enemy across 6 large-scale maps. Now technically recreate real-world location and dramatic terrain. Play as either the North Vietnamese Army or US Armed Forces and choose from one of the 19 specialized roles. Damn, within a 50-strong team made of multiple squads. Join or lead infantry, recon armor, mortar squads, helicopter units, using communication and teamwork with your fellow players to identify objectives and ruthlessly exploit your opponent's weaknesses. Emergent gameplay features brings intensity and realism to the conflict as players tackle each battle with authentic weapons, orders, and tactics. Follow the chain of command and work together as a team to meet your objectives and achieve victory. I will say this and then read the rest. I knew they had something behind their hands, like behind all of what we were seeing, you know, because I was like, there's no way they're working this hard on Hell Let Loose normal and just doing a few maps here and there. I was like, they have to have either like a big update, a surprise update coming, or a big refresh coming without saying too much people, or Hell Let Loose 2 behind the maps. But this I did not see, but it's basically Hell Let Loose 2, it's Hell Let Loose Vietnam. It might be the best Vietnam game ever made. If it comes in 2026 with Unreal Engine 5, the leaf movement was intriguing. Was it here? Imagine you move and it makes exactly that. Like, if it's using the admin cam and it's actually like that, damn. Damn. It will definitely be incredible. Okay, where was I? I was at follow the chain of command. Yeah, okay, so in the heat and fury of the Vietnam War, the battle is more dynamic than ever. New US aerial units feature fully operational helicopters with air support and supply drops. NVA forces can. North Vietnamese army can build extensive tunnel networks to gain the upper hand with surprise attacks. Both sides can hunt the enemy through Vietnam's complex river network with heavily armed patrol boats built and launched to seek and destroy. Enhanced player movement, including swimming, climbing, and fast crawling. Okay. And interactions such as dragging co-combatants away from active fire to give them a chance to heal and re-engage. All adds to the immersive battle experience. Well, yeah. Hell Let Loose Vietnam features 6 distinct gameplay modes. Damn, pitting players against each other in epic 50 versus 50 multiplayer battles. Warfare mode, 50 versus 50 tug-of-war style confrontation, where 2 teams fight for control over 5 sectors like Warfare. Yeah. Offensive, break down the opposing forces into an attacking side and a defending side. Okay. Okay, that's the 4 alternating new game modes. Mix up the gameplay parameters to maximize the battlefield experience. This is immersive as Warfare gets. This is as immersive as Warfare gets, sorry. Key features, so 50 versus 50 multiplayer battles, North Vietnamese Army or US forces, armed forces, immersive jungle warfare, yeah. Okay, so 6 distinct game modes, 4 alternative new game modes. 6 maps already done, apparently, all with lighting and weather variants and extreme terrain. Yeah, so that's why we didn't have more maps coming out. It's because they were doing 6 large-scale maps of Vietnam with lighting, weather variants, and extreme terrain in new Unreal Engine 5. That's why, that's why it was kind of slow with the updates. But I think it would be worth it, definitely. Emergent gameplay encourages the use of the chain of command to build teamwork and deploy a unique set of tactics and weapons for each battle. 19 battle roles. That's interesting. Okay, commander, officer, rifleman, assault, medic, support, machine gunner, anti-tank engineer. Those we know. Spotter, sniper, those we know. Tank commander, crewman. That we know. And the new ones. Helicopter, US only, pilot, crewman, gunner. And mortar squad, spotter, support gunner. Okay, so the US will have the advantage of having helicopters, and the North Vietnamese will have the advantage of having tunnels to do ambushes. So by my playing style, I'll probably fighting like a guerrilla, so I'm probably playing a lot with the North Vietnamese army to use tunnels to hunt people with a knife, if there's a knife. I'm already seeing myself in the jungle, just hiding. I'm hyped. Yes, sir. Sorry, Hot Luck Huang Learner, I was not reading the chat for a bit of time. Is this the news for Hell Let Loose? If yes, it's still really much. Yeah, I think it's the news for Hell Let Loose. Don't think they're gonna have more on the live. I think it's the news, and I think it's enough.
Surprise!
How's the live going right now? Are they still live?
Former that we can all fawn over. Yeah.
No, they're on other games now. I think that's the Hell Let Loose news, honestly. It's really enough. So, multiple vehicles, including helicopters and patrol boats. Build tunnels as the NVA. Okay, yeah, exactly. And deploy your forces in stealth to ambush the US Armed Forces. Sorry, guys. I love the US, but if you're talking about stealth, probably gonna playing the North Vietnamese side every single time at first. Look at this, bro. What a nightmare. Imagine, like, have you seen Hell Let Loose, bro? There's not that many bushes, but now I could be hiding, crouching prone in any single bush, any tree, anywhere, and boom, falling upon you. Mailing American guys. Enhanced player movement. Yeah. I've seen that in the trailer. Definitely interesting. The movement of the people I've seen in the trailer, if it's actually using in-game engine. Wow. Revamped tutorial and player onboarding, updated interface and user experience, but they still don't have the minimum or recommended system requirements, so I'm guess it's not yet. I think the maps are not yet all finished. Still polishing it, definitely. It will come 2026, but as you know, with these kinds of stuff. Not saying this about Team 17 or Expression Games, but with this kind of stuff, they can announce it for 2026, and then they have a bit of a late drama, and it comes February 27, March 27. So who knows? It could come on January of 2026, but I don't think so. Probably end of next year or middle of the year next time. I hope as soon as possible, but of course, when you throw out a game like that, you want to make sure everything is perfect on the go. So I don't blame them if they do it on December 2026 or November. What a good surprise. So Hell Let Loose Vietnam it is. So that's our Hell Let Loose 2, guys. And maybe for the World War II hardcore fans, which I am a part of, maybe we'll have some Hell Let Loose 2 in, well, if it's 7 years, because Hell Let Loose 1 was 2019, and this is 2026. So if you do 7 years, it's 2033. Hell Let Loose World War II. Hell Let Loose 2. Because this is not Hell Let Loose 2, this is Hell Let Loose Vietnam. This is different, but this is the same studios that they have, developer and publisher. But this is not Hell Let Loose 2, guys, so Hell Let Loose 2 I think will exist, but not yet. Definitely not yet for the World War II hardcore fans, which I am a part of. But I think this game will... I'll probably be switching between Hell Let Loose and Hell Let Loose Vietnam. And if this game is good, I might just switch altogether to Hell Let Loose Vietnam, because this looks great. I'm not a big fan of, let's say, modern warfare, like as in warfare today. Like, so thank God they still... I'm a big fan of, like, okay, the era of World War One, World War Two, and up to Vietnam. But if you go even more like today, I'm like, yeah, you know, not that much of a fan. But there's an aura to these pictures, definitely. There's something. So definitely really interesting. Yes, sir. What? So Poppy thinks it's kind of cool. Loke Huang Lerno thinks he's hyped. Let's see that reveal trailer once again. And yeah. Are you ready, guys? That's when I said Hell Let Loose 2 and left. With that heli. This looks great, honestly. Look at the movement from the player's legs. This is incredible. Yeah, the Americans, yeah. Mortars. We can throw mortars on boats too, damn. That's good that we have more. Oh yeah, yeah. That's when I recognized the guy dying. Oh, there's gonna be napalm and flames, forest fires. That's gonna be so cinematic, so hectic. Especially at night like this. Look at this. Wow, bro, I'm not shooting there. If they're not looking, I'm not shooting. You know your boy. I'm just gonna go up to them and stab them. I'm gonna be known as the North Vietnamese player. Gonna be hated by any American playing this game. Coming 2026. Thinks that's the frame we need to keep. Yeah, definitely interesting. Gonna run through these screens again. Can I view a full-size version? Okay. Why not? Terrain is definitely better. That's And keep in mind, it's not finished yet. So if it's even August 2026, in 1 year you can change so much in a game. So they're probably focusing on that rather than Hell Let Loose. So a bit of a turn. You have to see it as a turn from the World War II series still, because it is. But it's not a bad turn in my mind. I'll look forward to see the terrain react to the players running, because if it doesn't react, I'm gonna be a bit disappointed. But what I've seen from the trailer is definitely interesting. We have a helico here. Explosion going on here. And you can see, yeah, there's physics reacting to the smoke. It's just not, it's looking good. The smoke is looking good. Like, some of it is in front of the plant, some of it behind. So it's not just a screen of layer, you know. Texture is looking really good here. Look at this. The hands looking really fine. I'm not an expert on Vietnamese or US weaponry. I couldn't even say. Probably Vietnamese force though, assuming their hats. But I'm not an expert at all in Vietnam. If it was World War II, I wouldn't be an expert either, but still, I know a bit more stuff. What can we find at this one? Oh! Yeah, if you look at this, you can see how difficult it will be to spot enemy soldiers, because look at this. Maybe you didn't see him. On the left of the tank. Didn't see him in any time in the photos. I was just looking at this guy. This looks like a cinematic. I don't think it's gameplay. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, I don't think it's gameplay. Yeah, it might not be, Randy. You might be right. I don't know. But honestly, I think they probably captured that with the admin cam. That's what I'm expecting. But maybe if they, yeah. Although I did not see an Unreal Engine at any time, so I don't know. Hard to tell if it's just a cinematic or if it's gameplay that they captured in game. So that we'll see. This will be an absolute nightmare for the Americans going through this, because there's gonna be potentially a Churchill here or potentially a Churchill there. Some of the clips were gameplay for sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I think. I think all of it was captured using in-game assets. So I think it was just cinematic, let's say, composition. Like, I think all of it was, I hope, that's what I think by seeing the trailer, that all of it was just captured using the in-game engine and gameplay with the admin cam. I hope I'm right. I wonder if we'll be able to climb trees. I didn't see any of that, but there's one thing the North Vietnamese sniper did sometimes was climb trees, that's for sure. But I wonder if there could be traps here, tunnels. I could be in any one of these bushes, so get ready to get stabbed if you play the US on this game, because I'm gonna be anywhere. Here, here. Okay, what was... Oh, this one's interesting too to see. Yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be different sort of boats. Like, there's definitely gonna be a difference between the North Vietnamese boats and US boats. But I'm wondering if there's gonna be like medium tanks, light tanks, heavy tanks, like light boats, heavy boats, medium boats. That's a light boat for sure. What else? Oh, there's a rock here, I think. Definitely, I hope. Okay, let's rewind that. Let's look at it again. I need to see if there are on other games right now. Yeah, definitely on other games. I need to see right now if they have destructive environment. Like, if you have one bazooka, can you destroy this wooden bridge? Because honestly, throwing a bazooka at that bridge should destroy it. Should make the wood go into the water, water splash, blah blah blah. But if it does, it's really great. And I've seen forest fires in the trailer. Let's rewind that. I'm just gonna focus on one element of that trailer, which is destructive environment. I've seen it reacts. It reacts to the fire at least. 1960. It's gonna be set in 1965. Hold up. Let me just. Gonna analyze this like a GTA trailer. So we see two boats here. Okay, so that's US helicopters. So it's probably boats, US boats, since they don't shoot. Okay, that's US boats, yeah. Going through the jungle, okay, yeah. With the US troops, with the US helicopters up top, okay. Why couldn't that be just an admin cam pan, you know? While synchronized, you know? Okay, that's a transition. That's just a transition. Mortar. Okay. North Vietnamese mortar on the US troops. Okay, the splash of the water. I like that. I like that. The water going on the boat. I love it. Okay, so getting lit up by the machine guns here. I don't know. I'm not an expert on US. Okay, so this guy gets killed, and that's the guy that made the noise. That was like, he was gonna try and bazooka the boat, and he got mowed down by the MG. Yeah, I've heard this in Hell News thousands of times. If they fall like this in game with this splash of blood, hold up, let me see it again. It's gonna be so epic, man. So, look at this. But I think he starts falling before the splash of blood. I mean, before the impact. Oh no, that's perfect. I'm just saying nonsense. Yeah, oh, he gets hit from behind. Okay. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And then it goes through. Oh, that's nice. Another mag here, so maybe we'll be able to take mags down. I don't know. Mags from the ground. Okay, he has a head looking behind. Okay, look at this. That's the epic explosion. I don't know if it's napalm or some fuel. I don't know if they have the authorization of making us use napalm in again. I don't know. Or if it's just a tank that making the forest burn. Look at this. I think that's in-game footage. I hope. And I do hope that it's not like, you know, like in Stalingrad, the fire that they put, like background fire in the forest. I hope it's like fire that happened because somebody shot some fuel or because of a rocket launcher that make the trees catch fire. I don't know, something like that. Or napalm. Oh, you can zoom in with the... Okay. Yeah, look. It's different than just earlier. I don't... Is this the other fire we saw from this perspective? I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay, and then they get sneaked up with the North Vietnamese here. That moves the leaves as it makes the noise with his foot. So it might be even harder to be stealthy in this game. Because when you move plants, you're actually gonna make them move. Make a noise. But I'm gonna master it anyway. Look at the details on his face. If they have faces like this, man, like the details here. Don't know if you see that, but definitely crazy. Oh yeah, and the eye closing while he shoots. Bro, imagine you look at your friend just shooting like that. He's like doing the shifting, and his eyes closed, man. That one of his eyes closed. That's epic. I'm not shooting there. I'm just running up on them and stabbing them. But whatever. Boom. Oh, the background noise. Look at this. I hope this is the sound. Let's focus on the sound. I'm gonna stop yapping and just make you listen a few seconds to this. Yeah. Okay, so this is not... This is really good. This is not bad at all, I was gonna say. By Hell Let Loose standards, this is really good. Let me see. How this... I can't see if the terrain is getting like... Definitely there was some earth debris, but I wonder if it's making like holes in the earth with this grenade launcher. Here too, I can't really tell if it's just some surface explosion. And then does it actually do damage on the ground? I would like to see that, to know that if the terrain reacts to shots. Like with wood, is there holes, or when you throw a grenade or rocket launcher, does the earth have a hole in it, or is it just... Can't really tell right now. Just throwing... Okay. Yeah, they don't leave it after the explosion for us to see. That's... Okay, so if something lands in the water like this, you're gonna get splashed and killed. So I see Team 17, I see Expression Games, but I don't see like Unreal. I don't see Unreal Engine any way, shape or form. I wonder if you're gonna be able to jump from the helicopters, like parachute or something, or I don't think so. But crazy enough to have helicopters and boats added to a game like Let Loose, plus mortars. That's what players wanted. Mortars. Get out. Imagine if the artillery, it's not mobile mortar squads. It's just like 2-3 mortars on the back of the lines, and then there's recon that has to go back at it. Oh my god. Okay, it lands in the water, yeah. Trying to capture some details. If you have any details I didn't see in the chat, just tell me. What's the flare at the end here? There's a flare at the end, kind of. Oh yeah. I wonder if the leaves are moving because of the fire, because of the heat. Look. I wonder if there's gonna be like wind in this game. Like wind, you know, that makes the leaves, you know, that Wind would actually make you easily more stealthy, bro. Because if there's wind and there's like the trees moving their branches everywhere, like you can't really hear if a guy creeps up behind you. You have to do 360s permanently. Even then, you can get stabbed from any bush 360. I mean, I hope there's wind during this game, because if there is, some guys are gonna get stabbed by me in this game. Or maybe there's. Imagine there's no like stabbing mechanic. No, I'll have to revert to shooting. No. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Like, okay, there's dirt, there's debris flying, but does it make a hole in the ground? Does it leave an impact, you know? Does the grass burn or stop being grass and there's just dirt? You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see 3 seconds after the shot, but you only see before the shot or in the shot, but not really after the shot. Look. I can't tell if there's any hole in the ground after. Same thing here. We're gonna have flamethrowers with napalm, apparently. That's we're gonna have bazookas. Oh, so it's gonna be violent, definitely. Okay. But yeah. Okay, why is it water exploding on the right side? Oh, there's water here still? That much water? Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, it's a mixture. That explosion, like here, was not... Let me run it back for you guys. Look at this. Oh yeah, and you see the bullet splash. I love this. That's an enemy, maybe? Oh no. Yeah, guys. So, I think... gonna follow. Okay. Well. Well, definitely interesting. Team 17 and Expression Games delivering that. So, yeah, that's the news. I think that's gonna be the news. Yeah. Plan release date. Yeah, it's only 20. They only give us a year. They're not giving us a month. And we still don't know this, so. It's not said that it's Unreal Engine 5. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they made their own engine. Who knows? Don't think they would have, but. Probably Unreal Engine. Some Unreal Engine. That's what I don't know. Is it an obligation to put Unreal Engine? I think it's an obligation to put it once you make money to put the Unreal Engine logo. Once you make a certain million, you have to put the Unreal Engine logo. Let me check this out because I've not seen any Unreal Engine on either in the text or in the anywhere. Either in the text or in the screenshots or in the trailer. So let me check out. So yeah, they're still doing their live video game show, but I don't think we're gonna get any more of that. Hell is Us. What's that?
All right, so fans of the broadcast
past, and it can change shapes in different guns. So like into the pistol that we call.
I think they started with the Hell Let
shotgun,
Loose,
the
which is
hammer.
convenient. Yeah.
Well,
They're
this
not doing
actually
any
is,
more
just
Hell
a
Let Loose.
hammer, but
So let's check out the official channel. Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose. And yeah. PlayStation. It's the same trailer on PlayStation. They've got already this much views. Same trailer going on IGN on PlayStation. Interesting. I've already liked it.
Product not yet rated.
On my... That's a different account. So look at this. This is a different account. So I've already liked it. Let me read the comments. I mean, this could be fun. I'm just gonna read the comments. Can't wait for Vietnam version. Hell let loose. Yes, sir. Yes, Merseyside 001. Coming soon. Tanks get stuck on a single bamboo shoot and you can't deploy your Wi-Fi anywhere. It's kind of funny. Recon, go out and take the artillery. Yeah. I'm rock fucking solid right now. Good morning, Vietnam. Word Franks. It ain't me, I know Blueberry. Okay. Okay. It would be sick that the Vietnamese had the iconic traps and bunker tunnels, so they will, apparently. Wait, we got Vietnam before the Pacific? What the hell? Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. Can't wait to get my tank stuck on bamboo instead of small sticks. I'm ready to get sniped from a few hundred meters away while having absolutely no idea where this is gonna be. This is gonna be it. Fair enough. Can I give a super chat on this? I would love, but you can't. Let me check out the PlayStation thing.
Product not yet rated.
Oh, it's in 4K now. Let me see the graphics in 4K. Okay. Even better than the trailer on Steam, I must say. I put the maximum resolution right there. You should see a bit difference. Yeah, this looks good. Bro, it will definitely look crazy and on a big screen. Yes, sir. Yeah, I must say it looks different in 4K. It looks super good. Yeah, this looks super good in 4K. Oh, like. Yeah, this is gonna be incredible. And IGN too has its own trailer, but the same.
The Imperium of Man has stood for 10. God.
Yeah,
Peggy 16.
It's the same thing. Nice, I can't get virtual PTSD. Okay, nice. Let's look at I don't know. Does Kaiser and TBV know the news?
That's for certain. We have to see, bro. It's still an American server, and I got.
Okay, let me check out the video of Soul Sniper.
For the last decade, the tactic.
If you're good with that. Shout out to Soul Sniper. Gonna like his video. Cautiously optimistic. That would be sweet. Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm excited, but cautiously optimistic. I'm really excited. But we'll have to see. I don't know. Will they be able to put this greedy, needy feeling that we have in Hell Let Loose right now? Will they be able to put it and translate Vietnam in a similar fashion? Yeah, different because it's Vietnam. But translate Vietnam. Will they be able to do it? You can't really tell from a trailer. So I'm optimistic, I'm hopeful, excited. I'm definitely gonna play the Vietnam game. Although, since I'm a World War II hardcore fan of games of war that depict World War II, if I could choose between Vietnam and Hell Let Loose 2, I'd choose the Hell Let Loose 2 every day of the week. But that's just me, you know. Like I think it's a good move for
Our scene
them.
has been split across two main battlefields, World War II and modern warfare. We've stormed Normandy. We've cleared the buildings in Fallujah. We fought the same wars in higher resolutions across better lighting engines. But one era, one incredibly cinematic, chaotic, and emotionally raw era, has been largely ignored. The Vietnam
that's
era.
true.
The last Vietnam game we had was Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, which came out in 2017. And while it was an awesome game, it was built on the now ancient Unreal Engine 3. And unfortunately, the player base has dropped off pretty dramatically. Since then, games like Call of Duty World War II, Hell Let Loose, and Postscriptum had us once again storming the trenches of World War II, while titles like Squad and Battlefield 2042 locked us into modern and near-future combat. But Vietnam? Vietnam was left behind. And that absence has started to gnaw at players. You really can feel it. The itch to revisit the conflict in a modern game engine. Hell, I feel it myself. Then along came Burning Lands, a brand new tactical shooter that would finally drag Vietnam-era warfare into the modern FPS space where it belonged. The whole tactical shooter community was watching this thing. The teasers showed promise, and for a moment it felt like the genre had finally found its torchbearer. But behind all that promise was a walking red flag. The project's lead developer turned out to be a full-blown narcissistic creep, more focused on using and manipulating people than building an actual good game. Not long after the game gained some decent traction did the lead developer get hit with some serious criminal charges. The development team jumped ship, and just like that, Burning Lands collapsed under the weight of its own bullshit. And with no other Vietnam-era titles on the horizon, it felt like the door had been slammed shut.
Yeah. Interesting from Soul Sniper.
That is, until now.
Yeah, that's the trailer, Bob H. Here, I'm gonna watch the trailer again. Can't watch enough of it though. I can't wait to get my hands on this game, obviously. It's gonna be different than World War II though, but... The only thing you have to know, it's once Vietnam releases, I think Hell Let Loose will remain in its current position. So if you're a World War II hardcore fan, you might want this to come in December 2026 rather than January. For this only reason, you know. Yeah, for this only reason, if you're... because I don't know how they'll manage... I don't think they could do updates on Vietnam and on the...
That's right,
Hell Let
baby.
Loose.
Hell Let Loose Vietnam. So the trailer gave us our first little taste of what's to come in Hell Let Loose Vietnam, but it barely scratches the surface. The devs also dropped the very first developer briefing for the game, including a detailed Q&A. So why don't we go point by point and break down exactly what we know and what it means for the future of the franchise. But real quick, before we dive in, if you're new to my channel, I'm an official content partner for Hell Let Loose, and I make in-depth tutorials and cinematic narrated gameplay videos. So whether you're a long-time Hell Let Loose player or just finding out about it now, consider subscribing to the channel for more awesome content. Okay, first things first, Hell Let Loose Vietnam is not an expansion or a sequel. It's a standalone entry in the franchise, built from the ground up, running on Unreal Engine 5 with entirely new code base, gameplay systems, and visual and audio overhauls. And thank fuck for that. As much as I love Black Matter for what they created with Hell Let Loose, their spaghetti code has been a frickin' nightmare for Team 17 to work with ever since taking over the IP in 2022. They've spent way too much development time just trying to unfuck the game's code so they can develop the game further. So hearing that Hell Let Loose Vietnam has a clean slate and a fresh code base, that's frankly orgasmic. The game drops us into Vietnam.
So this is his video. So check out Soul Sniper's channel. That's what we're currently looking at for those that are joining right now. So that was true what he said. We know that the start of the Hell Let Loose UE4 stuff, they had weird code, so that made it hard for Team 17. So what he said, it's not a sequel, so it's not really Hell Let Loose 2. It's gonna be different, and it's probably gonna have less bugs.
Between the United States Armed Forces and the North Vietnamese Army, you can expect the same massive 50v50 battles, immersive realism, and tactical intensity the series is known for, but reimagined for an entirely different kind of battlefield. We're talking dense jungles, claustrophobic tunnels, rolling hills, muddy rivers, and brutal asymmetry. This isn't just a reskin of Hell Let Loose, it's a full-on transformation. And
yeah, transformation rather than a sequel, you know.
Honestly, of all the possible settings they could have chosen for a new Hell Let Loose title, this is the one I was hoping for the most. I cannot frickin' wait to see iconic Vietnam-era operations brought to life with the same level of detail, atmosphere, and storytelling that Hell Let Loose has become known for. Their map design has always had a cinematic edge to it that I love, and Vietnam is gonna push that to the next level. I'm also relieved that they're not scaling this thing down to appease the COD casuals. Yeah, looking at you.
Yeah. That's what I want. Big maps where we can lose yourself almost.
Battlefield 6. This is full scale, full scope, and unapologetically Hell Let Loose the way it should be. At launch, HLL Vietnam will feature 6 unique maps, each one inspired by key operations and locations from the war, like Operation Starlight and Operation Piranha. And while these aren't exact one-to-one recreations, they are grounded in historical accuracy. We can expect rice paddies, coastal regions, jungle choke points, river networks, and beach assaults, all designed to feel authentic, distinct, and chaotic in their own ways. For me personally, the maps have always been one of Hell Let Loose's strongest aspects. The atmosphere in a good Hell Let Loose map is second to none. And bringing that same approach to Vietnam, holy shit, that's what I'm excited to see. I'm also crossing my fingers
I'm not gonna do the whole video.
Play change for troop, and I'm really interested to learn more about this new particular mechanic.
Okay.
Now, in Hell Let Loose's World War II, or the other side into frickin' flying death squads. Every map in Hell Let Loose tactics using traditional boats and tight maneuvering through jungle-covered river systems.
Yeah,
this is completely uncharted territory for Hell Let Loose. We've never had any true naval mechanics in the franchise, so I'm excited to see how river combat...
Open beta coming.
Imagine being able to build an app.
So I'm gonna leave some of the videos so you look at this on his channel later.
AI create.
We all get a chance to go hands-on before the full game drops. Now, a small handful of us content creators were given an opportunity for some Q&A with the developers, and I personally walked away from that session incredibly impressed and extremely excited about the details they shared. It's super clear to see that they're passionate about the project, and they've put a ton of time in it.
That's my other account, of course. That's not my Churchill account really here. So, of course, subscribe to his channel. To Soul Sniper's channel too.
Into every little aspect of the game so far. Guys, I am really impressed. I can't wait to see how this game continues to develop. So there you have it, guys. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. It's not just a new setting, it's a new era. And for a community that's been itching for a gritty and tactical Vietnam game, it's time to scratch that itch until that shit bleeds. I'll be covering every update we get between now and launch. So if you're ready to step off the Huey and into hell, you know what to do. Subscribe for more, join the Discord. I'll see you guys in the jungle.
Perfect. Let me just check Hell Let Loose Vietnam on Wikipedia. Yeah. There's nothing on or maybe there's something. Oh yeah. There's the same photos as in Steam. Yes, sir. Frequently asked questions. It's the first new entry in the Hell Let Loose franchise, so they're thinking that there might be a second, but that's for, once again, that's really speculation for in a long time. Full upgrade to Unreal Engine 5. Brand new standalone entry in the Hell Let. It is not a direct sequel or an expansion of the original game. Vietnam as a separate title. So it's not Hell Let Loose 2, but you know what I mean. Yeah. New features, mechanics, and visual enhancements. Unreal Engine 5. Okay, does this mean you stop? Okay, that's interesting. You stop the development of Hell Let Loose? Absolutely not. Team 17 remain fully committed to a Hell Let Loose franchise to deliver Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Expression have built a second team to support both titles simultaneously. Okay. Big sigh of relief. I'm happy to hear that. Because this means that when the Hell Let Loose team stops working on Hell Let Loose, that means they're working on a Hell Let Loose 2. You know what I mean? If, of course, they see that as a good marketing move. Running both games alongside each other allows them to benefit from shared updates and improvements, enhancing the experience across the board. As long as our community continues to support us, we'll keep supporting both titles. So for hardcore World War II fans like me and maybe some of you watching, if you once Hell Let Loose Vietnam goes out, if we just stop supporting Hell Let Loose World War II, then what if it becomes a postscriptum or a Squad 44? They'll have no reason to roll out updates. So I'll announce it here. I'll continue. I'll play Vietnam, but I'll try to continue playing Hell Let Loose World War II. One title will not come at the expense of the other. Nice. I'm really glad to hear that. Our focus is to maintain and grow both experience for our players. Do I need to play Hell Let Loose or Hell Let Loose Vietnam? Yeah. The Vietnam War for this new game. Yeah, it's true. I'm completely on board with that. It's still Hell Let Loose. Yeah. It's gonna be why is this not inside Hell Let Loose and is it a separate game? As Hell Let Loose Vietnam is a brand new standalone entry in the Hell Let Loose franchise, it has allowed us to upgrade and overhaul many core systems. This includes a full upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, improvements in performance, visuals, gameplay, systems. Nice. It's its own experience. So PS5, PC Store and Epic Game Store. Everything, Xbox Series X and S. Have crossplay. At launch, there will be no crossplay between PC and consoles. However, players will be able to crossplay within their platform family. Yeah. 2026. Hell Let Loose Vietnam will indeed have DLC. Nice. I will buy all of them like Hell Let Loose. Open beta in 2026 pre-launch. More information. Have single player. Yes, sir. No single player campaign. Just multiplayer. Focus on that. Perfect. Easy anti-cheat. Vietnam. So that will ensure that there's no cheaters. I don't see a lot of cheaters on Hell Let Loose. Apart from stream snipers. Controller support. Yes. Yes. Internet connection. It is possible for some features from Hell Let Loose Vietnam to make their way into Hell Let Loose, but this will be decided on a case-by-case basis as well as ensuring that it fits the context of World War II. Will Hell Let Loose also be upgraded to UE5? There are currently no plans to move Hell Let Loose to Unreal Engine 5. Yeah. So, yeah. It's gonna... So that means we might have a HLL2 before 2026. We're in 2025, so that means we could have a Hell Let Loose 2 as in World War II before 2033 because it's two separate teams. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. I'll come back in I'll put the trailer again and I'll come back in a few seconds. Yes. So that's perfect. Really excited. Really cautiously optimistic. Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Why am I cautiously optimistic? I've never played a Vietnam game yet, so I'm not like a connoisseur of this genre, you know. Different to World War II genre, which is really my nitty-gritty stuff. But I will definitely play this game, especially since I think it will have a lot of similar gameplay stuff from Hell Let Loose. The scale, the punishability, probably you won't be able to take 7 hits like in Call of Duty or Battlefield. So if it's the same, I'm probably gonna like this game, and I definitely will buy it and play it and keep an eye on it. So yeah, that's it. I think we have it there. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. And I'm relieved too, because they're not gonna stop the development of Hell Let Loose World War II. They're gonna have 2 separate teams, so that communicate with each other. But I'm definitely happy to know that. I was getting scared for this guy. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Really great news coming here, so I think we might stop the stream on that. So yeah, Let Loose Vietnam. That's it, boys. That was the announcement for today. Make sure you like this stream, and yeah, we'll see you next time tomorrow. Bye bye.